Welcome
back to the Free Gents Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I almost just fell out this chair, but don't worry about nothing. Listen, we are tuned in. This episode 152.
152.
For those who don't know, I don't know how to say it in French, but I'm going to guess it's going to be something like nope, don't know. It doesn't matter. Not the point. The point is, it's episode 152. We outside. It's Sunday morning right now. We tuning in live. If you're not here, it's okay.
Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. MDW. Listen, right now it feels like we're back in April. We're a month behind right now. It's been April showers.
It feels like March. It is 58 degrees out there, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's been rainy, then it's sunny, then it want to rain for 7 days. Storm for it's too much. I just need things to be consistent. I need the Knicks to get this W because my heart is feeling shallow right now. My stomach's on the ground. We're down 0-2 to the bum ass Tyrese Halliburton.
It's funny.
And Pascal Siakam.
It's funny how you're saying weird. Yeah. You see, it's crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm delusional. When New York is doing good in sports, I become a fan. I am all of a sudden the biggest Knicks fan. I don't care. I don't know nothing about. I used to always tell people I'm a LeBron fan. I follow where LeBron goes, and I know that's glazing to the maximum, but I don't give a. Sue me. Listen. The New York Knicks, man. It's 0-2. But it's Knicks in 6. I'm gonna stand on that.
Absolutely not.
Listen,
I'm not. I'm rooting for the Knicks. I'm being realistic.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I'm being realistic. Shit.
I just want to touch on the Knicks really quick since we jumped on the topic. I think Karl Anthony Towns is definitely being exposed on the defensive end. He's not guarding anybody out there.
Hey.
No. I'm telling if he pushes up to try to whoever he's to pressure somebody, blow by every time. If he sags off to not get a lot of blow by, he's wide open shots. Between him and Brunson's small, we already know he's not really a good defender because of his stature and everything. But them together, they've been exposed. Whoever cat is guarding, barbecue chicken alert. They were talking about New York has been hit with a terrorist attack. Been hit by the Taliban, and and they're calling Pascal the Somali pirate. And I'm like, yo, that's dang crazy. By the Taliban and a Somali pirate.
I don't trust no niggas that light skin named Tyrese. I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta throw that out there. It's been bothering me all series long. We keep mentioning Tyrese Halliburton, and then every time I see him, I'm like, that don't look like a Tyrese to me. But that's all right, you know. He could be Puerto Rican or something.
He could be an amalgamation of anything.
Yeah, literally, he could be DNA. He could be Egyptian. He could be anything.
Nah, for legit.
Anything but a Tyrese. It just fucks my head up because I'm thinking about Baby Boy when I think Tyrese, and then I see this motherfucker, and I'm like, bald headed Tyrese. I don't. All right, cool. Anyway,
keep it that way. Oh baby.
All right, we having solos. It's lit. We here. Right. Anyway, fuck the New York Knicks right now. We're not talking about that. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Have you been seeing this update on the Diddy trial, the Diddler trial, and everything?
The Diddler trial. Listen, Kid Cudi pulled up with the cigarette. I knew Diddy was about to get cooked. When I seen Cudi hop out the big black truck with the cig, I said, "Oh, he about to tell it all." That boy just got fed Chick-fil-A in the DA's office. So he was way too eager to tell it all. He was ecstatic. Man, listen, I want to hear your thoughts on what the new findings on the Diddy trial. I don't know if you're
yes.
I'm fully invested.
Yes, but before we get into that, before we get into the actual details, I saw the Young Thug tweeted, "Damn, Cudi a rat."
Yo, Thug needs to just chill, Thug.
So before we get into the actual details, do you believe Kid Cudi's a rat for going up there and testifying against Diddy?
Nah, Kid Cudi's a civilian. You have to like Kid Cudi's a gangbanger.
I know. I'm not like.
Not you. I'm saying people. No, people. I'm speaking in general.
Yes,
You can't be a rat if you're not a criminal.
Exactly.
If you don't live a criminal lifestyle, you cannot be a rat. You are a civilian who pays taxes, and you have every right to call the police. You have every right to go up in front of a stand and put a motherfucker in jail. And even if you was a criminal and decided you no longer want to be a criminal, all that street principle shit is a facade anyway.
Nah, that's different.
Because your favorite criminals like to tell, but that doesn't make you a rat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
but that is the defining line right there. Are you a part of a criminal lifestyle? Yes, then you ratted. If you're not, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? My mom could go up there and testify on whatever the fuck she needed to testify. I don't give a fuck. Just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you remove from the streets, who gives a fuck? Like, and even if you're in the streets, I'm gonna be real. If you're not telling, you're fake bugging.
Nah.
Because everybody else about to tell you. I ain't gonna lie. I play the sidewalk for a reason.
Yeah, but I'm not in like they say in Britain, on the roads, fam. I'm not on the roads.
I'm not on the roads.
It says in the streets. I'm on the roads, fam. We're not on the roads, fam.
Why are they so much cooler than us?
Yo, everything they say is so cool. Everything they say is like majestic.
They're just cooler than
Everything
us.
you say is majestic.
Yeah,
but I 1,000% agree. I don't think Kid Cudi is a snitch or rat, however you want to call it, because he does not live that type of lifestyle.
Yeah. But okay, so fuck the did he rat or not? Let's get into it.
Oh, so the details of the case. So find out that apparently, not gonna lie, Cassie was playing both sides.
Let's talk about it.
Cassie
backdoor Kid Cudi. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Cassie definitely.
I was waiting for that. You got right to it.
Definitely backdoor. He definitely got
She
backdoored.
backdoored my man.
Yeah, she did.
She literally backdoored him. Verbatim, what backdoor means is doing some sneaky shit behind somebody's back to get him fucked over. She gave Diddy the addy and whereabouts of Kid Cudi, and then all of a sudden, Kid Cudi car get hit with a Molotov cocktail, and car's blown up, and the house gets vandalized. They break into the house. He comes in. His fucking dog's in the fucking bathroom or some shit.
Wait, that was the first time. That was the first incident.
There was two incidents? Okay,
yes,
listen.
he broke
Take
it
away.
Breaking into the house.
Take it away.
Yo, tied up his dog in the bathroom. His dog was crying.
That was diabolical.
They messed up all the cameras in the house,
Yep,
and then after was the Molotov cocktail on the Porsche. It was a separate. Those are two separate incidents.
Oh wow.
Two separate incidents.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about like this testimony is super important because people keep saying, "Oh, Diddy's in a RICO, he's by himself." Well, this part of his RICO is the criminal organization enterprise and all that other good shit. So this is really helping prove the idea of Diddy's using his power to get other people to commit crimes. Because it wasn't like Diddy did this.
Exactly, bro.
Diddy didn't break into your house. Diddy didn't go probably put the bomb in your car, but he's having people do it for him, which is how this becomes a criminal organization.
And I like how you said that because in order to prove a racketeering charge, you have to prove two different things.
Talk about it. What is
two
it?
different things. So one thing he's on trial for is sex trafficking.
Okay.
If it was committing crimes, whether it's larceny, extortion, in order for there to be a RICO and be technically an organization, you have to prove at least two assets of trying to further the development of a criminal organization. So you have to prove two different separate crimes. You have to be proven in order for it to be a RICO. It can't just be one thing that we planned this on one evening because that's not technically a criminal organization. That could be, just one separate isolated incident. You have to prove two different ones in order for the RICO to be actually proven. So, yeah. So this does not help the RICO. This does not help the RICO case. This is not. But yeah. So. In Kid Cudi's line of thought or whatever, in his aspect, what he testified is he knew that Cassie and Diddy were an item, but in his mind they were no longer together. That was ex. He was the crazy ex, and it's one of those situations where that'll always be my bitch type of situation. She might not be mine right now, but she's always mine. She's always mine.
Listen.
That's what it really boiled down to.
Cassie Ventura. I got some fucking words for you. Let me explain something to you.
She definitely backdoored him.
She is looking less and less innocent every minute of this trial, gang. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking spooky. Cassie, you better have some type of immunity or something, because I don't know if you could just backdoor a motherfucker knowing somebody's intention. That's a little crazy. Like, to give out the addy knowing Diddy had bad intentions, knowing that Diddy was about to go do some fuck shit. I feel like that's a crime in itself.
But she probably, but as a witness, she probably has immunity in general.
I don't know about that. Is she a witness? Like,
but you can't. But
isn't she the defendant?
No, how is she the defendant? She's the witness of the prosecution.
The defendant would
is
be
Diddy. Yeah, she's the witness of the prosecution. She probably.
She's the victim. She's not a witness. She's a victim.
Yeah, but
the whole case is predicated around her.
Yeah.
She's not a witness. She's a witness to her own case. Yes.
No,
but she's the victim.
But
that's like saying you shot me and I go testify. You call me a witness. Like, I'm
no,
the victim.
No, she's a witness for the state. It's not her suing Diddy. She's a witness for the state. Yes, she's the key witness for.
It's the feds. Let's be clear.
But regardless, yeah. No, RICO is not RICO is state case.
You tripping, bro? What are you talking about? RICO is super federal.
I'm bugging. Anyway,
RICO's a definition of federal.
she's a witness for the prosecution. She's not suing Diddy.
Right.
This is not civil.
It's
this
not
is
a
criminal.
It's not a
this
sue
is
at
criminal.
all.
So
Yeah,
she's a witness.
There's no
she's a star
suing being
witness.
done
That's what I'm
right
saying. She's a victim.
We're going to put
A
this man in
victim and a
jail.
witness at the same time. So,
listen.
but so yeah, she probably has immunity.
But wait, did you see 50? You know 50 gotta have
Yo,
something to say.
50's hilarious.
Did you see 50 post a picture of Kid Cudi in a wedding dress? And he was like, oh, now you wasn't part of this. Now you wasn't part of the free code.
Yo,
Don't do this now.
yo,
Don't go
50
testify after you was wearing dresses and shit.
Yo, Curtis Jackson is different. He's
Bro,
a different breed.
the
Different breed.
funniest.
Different breed of troll. Like, he is like, on a scale from 1 to Curtis, how troll are you? You feel me? Like, he is not, because he's
You're right.
diabolical troll.
Yo,
at
bro.
the wrong points, at the wrong situations. Also, we got to talk about how Diddy also extorted Cassie's parents. That also came out of this trial. Did you hear about that at all?
No.
How Diddy So what happened was, Diddy, Cassie ran off with Kid Cudi. Diddy tight.
Right.
Diddy tight. He reaches out to Cassie's mom and demands 20 bands, or else he's gonna release a sex tape or something. He's gonna go to the blog saying, "Yo, your daughter's two
Time
timing me."
out. Diddy demanded 20 bands?
20 bands from Cassie's parent.
Oh, he's
Cassie's
petty.
mother.
He's petty.
They
He's
they took
fucking
out a
petty.
home equity loan in order to pay Diddy.
To not release a sex tape?
Oh, he was gonna expose her to the blog about cheating on, you know, feel me? Like, I'm telling you. But it did come out after they got back together. He did repay the 20 bands. But he did extort Cassie's parents. So that is extortion.
Wow.
He did extort them for 20 bands. He had to take out
diddler.
a whole, yes. That's what I'm
And then
saying.
the man paid it back. This
Wait,
nigga's a savage.
like,
That's what I'm like,
like-
what is 20,000 doing for
That's
Diddy?
the point. That it's petty.
Yeah, it's petty. He's like, no, I'm gonna fuck you over.
Yeah.
Listen, mom,
That's what-
dad, I want to make sure I make this clear. Mom, dad, if anybody ever tries to extort you about a sex tape, let it fucking go. Please do not pay the ransom. Let them drop my sex tape. It's lit. Listen,
But
it's
not
promo.
on-
We lit.
But
We
not,
good. We
but not
outside.
only that, I mean, we talking about a diddler, bro. He talking about a billionaire. That's like asking for $5. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
It's the principality, Smokey. It's the principality.
It's literally that. That's why I'm like, did he ask for 20? That's why I have to stop you. Like,
yes.
wait, did he ask for 20?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Diddy asked for 20.
That's
got
hilarious.
his 20.
That's petty as
And when
fuck.
they got back together, he paid back the 20.
Yeah, nah, go refinance that fucking home. Leave my 20,000, you pussy.
Yeah, he did.
Yo,
so he
listen,
went to Cassie's mom
He
for
really
that.
is playing Joker-like
That's what-
games, bro.
Yo,
he said sometimes I just
that's
like
what
to see the He's on that type of time.
He's literally on that type of time.
Yo, the diddler strikes again.
I'm like a dog
Yeah,
chasing
the
a
mailman.
I don't know what I would do when I get one. I just go. I don't even know what to do if I got one. I just go.
That's really hard.
Yo,
Okay,
yeah.
listen.
But yeah,
Diddler.
that's really.
It got spooky because prior to this, I was saying, look, it's looking like I was putting my money on Diddy's going to end up being this case.
I told you. See
Now with Cudi coming on trial, and
Bro.
Cudi's so ill with it. He like, yo, listen, I don't really even fuck with Cassie. Like, she was cheating on both of us. She was fucking around, gave us an address, but I'm just trying to do what's right. Cudi, you're playing a dangerous game. He already showed you he'll hit your house and blow your shit up. Do you really want to keep fucking
cut
around?
open a hole, a hole in the roof of the Porsche.
And you know, Kanye had something to say about it too. You know what I'm saying? My son, hopped on Twitter. Was like, listen, I really wish Cudi didn't do that. I'm praying for Puff, praying for his family.
Of course he did.
I really wish Cudi didn't do that. Like, I don't know what that means.
But Kanye and Cudi been going back and forth for man long.
Yeah. But Kanye's clearly coming out and outwardly supporting Diddy.
He's been back in Puff.
But you really haven't seen nobody else do that.
He's been back in Puff.
Only Ye's crazy enough and uncancelable enough and rich enough where he can do that. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Free Puff.
But see,
whoa.
let's go back. Listen, let's go back. See, you was trying to talk about a blowout early. It was only the first quarter talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I told this.
That's a fact.
Trial. That's why I was trying to tell you. Like,
That's a
listen,
fact.
let them hold on. Let's wait. It's an 8-week trial.
Mm-hmm.
Week 1, you was ready. You was ready to.
That's a fact.
Chalk one up for the defense. I'm like, hold on. They got there's a lot going on. We got a lot of
It was
trial.
like, like the Chiefs Eagles first Super Bowl. It was giving that vibe like, oh, this ain't looking good for Patrick Mahomes. And you know, Patrick Mahomes being the feds, I guess, like, yeah, he's on the comeback, you know, and it's looking like second half of this shit might get rocky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I told you. I said, yo, I don't know. Let's see what happens. There's still a lot more to go in the case.
Hey, I'm realizing though, every year there's like a 1 or 2 artists that are just on trial again. Because I just thought we was just talking about A$AP Rocky's trial just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Prior to that, we were talking about
It was a lot of people. Melly's trial, Young Thug's trial.
Yeah, Thug's trial. Right, we're talking about Thug's trial. Jesus Christ, there is a war against our artists, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even necessarily think that.
I don't either. I just wanted to say it because it's a good talking point.
Because I feel like there's always some type of always some type of celebrity drama. Somebody's being sued, somebody's on trial.
So,
but I don't know. I think we got to continue the trial talk. Did you hear what's going on with Lauren London?
Oh, she is being mentioned in this case, and it is looking spooky.
Her name is all up and down in this case, and apparently her and Cassie were like this, and and Puff were like this.
They were Nip to Puff.
Yes, they were pulling up old pictures and everything of all of them together. And listen, there have been murmurs circulating that like I said, rumors allegedly she might have had something to do with Nip's death. That's what the streets are saying.
Come on, we're not doing that. That's what we not fucking doing. What the fuck, Lauren London? He got killed by a fucking crackhead crip from his own set.
Listen.
No, got nothing to do with that.
They trying to throw everything on Diddy. They trying to say Diddy did it.
I'll go back to Diddy kill Biggie before I have anything to say. I'm
not saying it's true.
No.
I'm not even
absolutely not. Let's go with Big U killed Nip before we talk about Diddy and fucking Lauren London having something to do with killing Nip. What? Nah. The internet is out of pocket.
The internet is out of pocket. All right,
you can't have three theories and they all have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
That's what theories are.
Yeah, but not a damn thing to do with each other. We shouldn't even mention that. Like, that's ridiculous. What? Lauren London has something to do with killing Nipsey.
They were saying that her and Puff was so close and everything, in the chain of events and how everything unfolded, and right after,
son,
the Diddy paid for her security and it was taking and it was that. I don't think it's true.
What I can say is this is where I was going with the whole mentioning Lauren London is that her and Cassie besties, and Diddy being a freaky ass god. You know what I'm saying?
A freaky frog.
I'm just saying, if he was already having freak offs, why wouldn't he tell yo Nunu from ATL? Yeah, bring her with you to the crib. Let's slip this Molly into all of our drinks. Like, why wouldn't he do that? And Lauren London introduced Nipsey to Diddy. Now, I do want to mention something.
I didn't. Yep, I knew that.
Whack 100. You know what I'm saying? And RIP to Nip. Make sure I say that.
Oh, absolutely.
Nip. But I do remember it's been a couple years now that there's been rumblings that Whack 100 has said he has the sex tape, and there's a sex tape of Nipsey Hussle, another man, and his ex-wife, his BM, not ex-wife, his baby mother, having a threesome, and Nipsey was doing some suspect shit. Now, a lot of people are like, why the fuck are you even talking about that? That's not true. And now the people are trying to say, hey, look, if him and Lauren London was obviously damn near married. It was plenty of documentations of Nip being with Diddy and Lauren London. They're all hanging out, studio, all that.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Diddy was on the album.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, he was.
It's just like, hey, all of a sudden the idea of what Wack was saying might not be too far off. I'm just saying. I don't think so personally, but Wack is standing on that shit. He's been saying that shit for years, and he's willing to bet any amount of money that he has that sex tape. And not for nothing, Wack's been known to own a lot of sex tapes. It's some weird shit, but apparently
that's mad weird.
Yeah, the Ray J Kim Kardashian sex tape. Wack 100 was in possession of that before anybody. You gotta remember, Wack 100 is Ray J's manager.
I knew that.
Yeah, so he had a lot to do with that. When during the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they had a whole episode that Wack was saying he has a whole nother set of tapes from Kim from a whole different sex tape, and Kanye paid him like $400,000 or something to not release those sex tapes, and that happened on the show. I'm just saying. Wack tends to be the holder of sex tapes. So anyway,
I was gonna say we got Eric Morris in the chat. Shout out, you feel me? Okay. Shout out Memphis. You know what I mean?
What's good, E? We outside. Listen.
Shout out Memphis.
Of course. Listen, man. Eric, I just seen him. He was just at his son's I think it was preschool.
I saw that. Yeah. Congratulations. To that.
It was a mind blowing experience to even just see him there, because I'm like, yo, that's not too far removed from when we met him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I moved out here in second grade. By then is when we met. But I just remember, like, damn, yo, it's just crazy, because that feels like 5-10 years ago. And it's like, nah, bro, it's been damn near 30. It's been 25 years.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah,
and now to see his son, and now my son's about to go through the same process, mind blowing. But okay.
But yeah, so this trial is gonna keep on going, and I feel like a lot of stones are gonna be unturned. A lot of things are gonna be exposed.
Yeah.
and we'll see what the diddler's fate is.
Yeah, we gonna see. In other rap news, did you see Rod Wave got arrested for shooting his girlfriend?
No, I did not.
Did you hear about that?
No, I did not. Rod Wave?
Yeah, Rod Wave. I mean, not for nothing. He the most emotional rapper.
I'm about to say, so
him reacting to something emotionally might make sense. But the whole story's a little weird. It's a little unclear what exactly happened because apparently Rod Wave came home. He has a giant $9 million home in the middle of, I believe it was in Florida. And it looked like his house got broken into. So in the midst of his house getting broken into, his girl shows up and they have an altercation, an argument outside. I mean, not for nothing. I'm sure I'd be on hots too if my house just got broken into. Apparently there was a safe in the basement. The safe was dragged down to the middle of the basement and emptied. You know what I'm saying? He's a rapper, a lot of show money, a lot of cash, a lot of jewelry. He might be down a couple million right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be down some shit. So they had an altercation. Whatever argument ensued, apparently Rod Wave allegedly let off a gun. And in the midst of letting off a gun, he shot at the G-Wagon, which he purchased for his girlfriend, aired out the G-Wagon, and took off running. Apparently he took off running, goes to a fence in the backyard. That fence breaks, which is only funny because he's 400 pounds. And then fucking...
we fat shaming? No,
yeah, I am fat shaming, especially Rod Wave. Shout out to Lizzo, she's looking good right now. But anyway, so his boy come. They have the on camera. They see his boy pull up, and his boy is like one of his managers, and he starts picking up some of the evidence or whatever. But then when the police come up and try to subpoena the footage of his cameras, ain't no more footage of the cameras. No more footage on the cameras of what exactly took place. They just have a little bit before and a little bit after, but not the actual altercation. So
yeah,
in the midst of all this, he ends up going to get Drew Finley. So all I have to say about this case, this shit's about to get wrapped up. Ladies and gentlemen, Young Boy's lawyer is on the case. Don't y'all worry about nothing. We gonna be all right. Rod Wave's gonna beat that case. But I do want to hear your thoughts. Because I honestly don't think he shot at his girlfriend. I think he just shot at the car. Because they had an argument, but I don't believe he's being charged with shooting at his girlfriend. He's being charged with pointing the gun at her, though, but not actually shooting at her. He shot at an inanimate object, which in the state of Florida kind of isn't even a problem, especially on your property. I want to hear your thoughts.
This is my first time hearing about it. I gotta look at the details of the case to draw my own conclusions. But basically, from what you're telling me, I think it's an unfortunate situation. Sad situation. Do you think
he shot at his girlfriend?
I don't know. From what you're telling me, I don't know. I don't know.
He's steady crying about emotional shit.
Yeah, I was about to say he's one of those like he'll be like, if I can't have you, no one can. Type emotional.
They hit
level.
him with like 14 felony charges. Like, it's bad.
Oh, and in Florida. But that might save him because he's in Florida.
He has Drew Finley.
What'd you say?
He has Drew Finley. He has the GOAT. Drew Finley's like the Bill Russell of this shit right now. I ain't gonna lie, like undisputed, undeniable.
Guess what? He got his hands full with the diddler. If he can get the diddler off, bro, he can do anything.
That's another thing too. All these fucking lawyers, they're just running around representing everybody at the same time. Like,
you know, you got a team, you know.
Nah, but them motherfuckers pull up.
But I'm saying he probably have somebody on his team come and brief him, tell him what happened. You know what I mean? He probably gets the information. You know, they probably have.
You're right though.
He probably has different levels to it. They come at you at waves. Law firms like that, they come at you with waves. You feel me? It ain't just.
Right.
I know.
You're right.
I need some person in here writing down everything we're saying. Taking minutes. Exactly. We're gonna study the minutes. I need somebody. Okay, you're my cross-examining expert. What you think about this?
I didn't know you was a lawyer, nigga. The fuck? You do all that?
But there's a lot of different.
You was using vocab and shit.
But there's a lot of different, pieces of the puzzle. But they're the ones that create the art. You know what I mean? So
I like that. They're the ones that create the art.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Rod, we're gonna see what's going on.
But
in other news too, Chris Brown. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I know he
got arrested in UK for
he's out now, right?
Yeah, but did you see his bail? UK don't fuck around. Why was his bail $6.7 million?
Like, dollars or euros?
It don't even matter at that point.
I'm about to say euros means more than that.
That's like $8 million. That's like getting it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck's happening in their judicial system where you need $7 million to come walk the streets? I ain't gonna lie, $7 million.
But that's probably not me and you, bro. He probably got pirates, bro.
Right, he probably got watched because of him. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like,
I ain't gonna lie, it's that crazy.
6.7, bro. It's like terrorists. Like
6.7. I ain't never coming back.
That too. No, I'm coming back to get my 6.7. You shitting me?
No, but I'm saying, like,
I'm coming back. I'll do the time before. I'll do a year before I let you niggas give me $6.7 million. You fucking kidding me?
Well, if you're Chris Brown, maybe not. If
point.
it being you, I'm
Good
doing
point.
it.
I'm trying to do Molly and backflips.
You feel me? If that's
right.
Chris Brown, he make that in the tour. That ain't nothing.
It's something. 6.7 is something.
That's something, but
6.7 is something.
for any more now.
For anybody, 6.7 is something. Fuck that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. As for me, that might be like a $500 fine. You feel me?
Chris Brown not that rich. I ain't gonna lie. 6.7 is something. That's insane. Like, but shout out to Chris Breezy, man. Just because he just seems to just keep on pushing through. He gonna get through every fucking case.
Listen, I don't know, man. I can't defend Chris Brown no more, bro.
Yeah,
I can't. It's too much. It's too much stockpiling on. It's too much stockpiling on you, bro. It's unfortunate. I don't even know what to say. I can't defend him no more, bro. I can't. I've been trying. I've tried. I fought a good fight, but
I fought a good fight.
I can't defend him no more, bro.
Breezy
wherever he goes.
Yeah,
bro. In 3 years, he'll go to Virginia, do a tour, do a show, and he's arrested for something he did now. You feel me? Like,
I mean, this case was from 2023.
That's what I'm saying.
You never know.
Yeah, that man is unhinged. He's unhinged. He's
It's
his
the pink
temper's
cocaine,
crazy.
bro. It's the pink cocaine.
Nah, because
Got everybody bugging. That Tootsie got niggas bugging.
That Tootsie
That Tootsie got everybody bugging.
That Tootsie. But yeah, I can't even defend him no more.
Let's talk about it. So another news, because I know we got some more important topics. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Please talk to me. Because I seen your boy making headlines. When I say your boy, I'm talking about your president, your favorite, your idol, the greatest person that you've ever. You love him. You talk about how much you love Trump so much. I want to hear your thoughts on everything.
I got a shrine at my house. Like
I know.
Like Helga got Hey Arnold. You ain't know?
Yo,
like Helga got Hey
I was
Arnold.
just watching Hey Arnold.
Yeah. I got my MAGA shrine in my basement. What are you talking about?
We know.
What? I got my MAGA hat, MAGA cap. I got the Trump fours.
Yeah.
You feel me? My Trump Bible. We gonna make America great again. I got the Trump coin. I got me some Trump Bitcoin.
Yes, I seen that on the market.
The collector's item coin. I got it all, baby. Got the Trump pen. Got my Trump watch.
So tell me what's going on, man. Because I'm seeing him going to war now. Like he's getting back into the headlines on that bullshit again.
Well, we gotta talk about something with South Africa.
Let's talk about
South Africa.
Shout out Johannesburg.
So he met with the South African president in the Oval Office.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw. And what did Trump do? He does what he always does. Showed his fucking ass. Showed his ass.
What'd he do?
Well, he's been saying that there's a genocide in South Africa. Oh, for white farmers, it's a genocide. But there is no genocide in South Africa for white farmers. The statistics say otherwise. Right? So let me read you the statistics. So, and before I read it, right now, South Africa has a crime issue in general. There's a high murder rate. There's a lot of crime going on. So when I read these statistics, it's not just white people. Keep that in mind. So South Africa police reported 26,000 murders nationwide in 2024.
God damn.
44 were linked to farming communities. Of those, 8 of the victims were farmers. So 8 out of the 26,000 murders were farmers. Data collected by white farmers themselves also does not support the notion of genocide. Afrikaner Farmers Union has counted 1,363 white farmer murders since 1990. On average, is 40 a year. That is less than 1% of the total murders in that time. So they're dying. The murder rate is only 1% of the entire murder rate. So the numbers don't justify there being a genocide.
Right.
So he sat down with the South African president at the Oval Office, and he is presenting evidence where he claims is a genocide going on. He shows a picture of, it looks like white crosses, like ceremonial to white farmers, which he's saying of their graves, and that was found to be false. That's not even what that represents. He also showed a picture of the Congo, what's going on in the Congo, and tried to say this was South African white farmers, and he was showing it as evidence of them being victims of genocide. But he was showing a picture of the Congo. Had nothing to do with South Africa. So, like I said, he's up there showing his ass. He doesn't even make any sense. But it doesn't matter because, you know, the truth doesn't matter. It's just about a narrative.
So what was the South African president's like response to that?
Well, he was saying how there's no genocide because there isn't a genocide. Now, what he did is Trump also played a video of one of the political leaders, which is a smaller minority, but they were doing a kill the Boer chant, which I don't condone.
What's a kill the Boer chant?
A Boer that it's from back in apartheid regime, where it was like a folk song, chant song that black South Africans would do, and the Boer is the white South African. So it's a chant song back from apartheid days.
Jesus Christ.
But that is not enough evidence to show there's an actual genocide going on because the numbers don't support it. Just because there might be a minority people who might chant and you know, or for stuff like that, the numbers don't support there actually being a genocide.
Wait 1 second. wait 1 second. All right, hold on. Let me just backtrack what you just said. All right. Kill the Boer song. That's when that was a old okay.
From apartheid regime. From the apartheid regime.
This is when the black South Africans would go hunt the white South African. It's like a chant. Let's go.
I don't know if they were necessarily doing it as an action. I don't know if it became like a folk chant song or whatever. I don't know if there was any action behind the chant. Okay. You know what I mean? Like they could be saying, but I don't condone it. But there is no evidence of there being a genocide in South Africa, even though the narrative keeps being pushed, even though Trump is up there showing false papers, showing false evidence of there being a genocide.
Well, why is Trump so invested in South Africa?
Well, you don't remember they just brought 59 Afrikaner immigrants over to America, talking about there was a genocide going on in South Africa. So people are upset. Like, why are you bringing South African immigrants when there's immigrants from Venezuela who can't get, immigrants from Cuba who are fleeing that regime? Why are you not getting immigrants from South Sudan, from Congo, places that are actually war-torn, genocide are actually going on? You're not talking about, surely you're not talking, you don't want to bring people from Gaza over here or Palestine. Right. You know what I mean? So you're talking about, so that's where the hysteria is coming from is he brought the white South Afrikaners over here, fleeing persecution, freeing a genocide. That's not happening. So that's what it stems from.
That makes sense.
That
makes sense. That's the outrage. Okay.
That's what the outrage is, and the numbers don't support it, and it's actually very despicable and disrespectful to some of the genocides that are actually going on.
Yeah, I was about to say, first of all, you say he brought back 59?
That's my point. So wait, time out. So the white farmers in South Africa are so under attack. Only 59 of them were sent here. You know what I mean? Like you would see that there's be a long waiting line for people to come. The demand is through the roof, but
it's 59 people.
That's what I'm saying. So they're trying to create a narrative. It's all about a narrative. It's all about a narrative. As long as you create, and I think the issue is a big problem with politics today, and what Trump has pushed to the forefront is disinformation. And not only that is people are, when it comes to experts and people who actually do empirical data and study certain things and have created an entire grad papers and who's done the research and listened to this scholar, that scholar, and made deductive reasoning as to why they think a certain way, that people are vilified for having knowledge, and people are vilified, or people, just because I'm an expert in something, quote unquote, there are people out there where that will discount what they're saying because of their experts and will listen to what they feel it links to whatever side they're on or links to whatever agenda they're trying to push. He's making it okay for misinformation to be out there, and like I said, it makes it political. Facts can't be political. Facts are facts. Facts are black and white. 1 + 1 is 2. You can't debate. You're not about to sit here and tell me it's 3 and be okay with that. And then go on a tangent and how it's 3 and how the media is corrupt because 1 + 1 is not 3. You know what I mean? Like it's black and white, and there's so much misinformation, and there's so much room for a narrative for the other side being painted. Like 1 + 1 is 2. There's no other side to it. You know. I think they're an argument of making stuff political that shouldn't be political. Like there is no genocide going on in South Africa. That's not anything political. I'm not saying anything that's wrong. The statistics don't support it. You know, so yeah, that's what's going on. And right now, Elon is still trying to get Starlink in South Africa. He doesn't want to follow any of the rules that the South African president has put into play for foreign companies, but he's trying to bypass that and get an exemption. So I guess we'll see what happens.
I'm not gonna lie. Like it'd be really hard for me to be like, yeah, Elon's in the wrong for anything he's doing. Because if I'm that rich, I'm doing whatever I want to. I ain't gonna lie. I'm bypassing rules, regulations, presidencies. I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about. I got this bag. Do you want this money or not? All right, get the fuck out the way. I got some shit I'm trying to do. You're in the way right now. I'm trying to put fucking Wi-Fi on Mars, and y'all over here talking about regulations. Ain't no fucking regulations on Mars. I'm trying to do something incredible. I'm trying to start some shit, and y'all in the fucking way.
And that's why he went after the FAA. That's why he went after all these.
Now I ain't saying I'm necessarily agreeing.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying you are agreeing.
I'm saying if I'm worth $300 billion, bro, I'm gonna move some mountains, man. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. We gonna bend some rules. We gonna do some shit, and y'all ain't gonna do shit but get in the way. Or like Beanie Siegel said, man, you either get down or lay down, man. Get down or fucking lay down, man. Bro, he got spaceships running around Austin, Texas right now. I ain't never seen nobody put a spaceship in the air besides NASA. How the fuck he do that? Because he's rich as shit. So. I'm sorry. If I want to go, build Starlink in the middle of South Africa, what the fuck I'm gonna do?
He's rich as shit based off of our tax dollars, which is crazy.
Hey, once again, I'm not necessarily agreeing, but I feel him. That's just I'm of the mind of if you can get away with it, hey man, as long as you're not killing nobody, you're not truly hurting nobody. I could be wrong. Maybe he's hurting somebody. Maybe somebody's really taking the L right now. There could be a little tribe in the middle of fucking the Amazon right now that's suffering because he's building microchips. I don't fucking know. But as long as you're not hurting nobody, hey, more power to you, man. I could be completely wrong, and I might have to backtrack this statement in a couple years when I find out that Elon's secretly putting chips into people to turn them into fucking robots. I could be wrong, but at the same time, hey, more power to you, man. You got $300 billion. I'm turning niggas to robots. I'm sorry. That's just what I'm doing. You can't. I'm cloning dogs. I'm cloning shit. I'm doing whatever.
Speaking of, did you hear about Boeing and the settlement that they've just settled?
Who they owe money to?
Oh, money too. You remember the investigation with whistleblowers and all that who ended up dying? Oh, he offed himself. You know, when he went back in the morning to testify, the pressure from being a whistleblower.
That what's it called? Fred Hampton, was it? One of those type of situations. Shot himself twice in suicide.
Yeah.
One of those type of things.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, no, Gary Webb. You talking about Fred Hampton? They actually kicked his door.
And killed him.
Yeah.
And still made it seem like an accident, right?
No.
Oh, they didn't try to hide that.
No.
Okay, wasn't it Gary White?
Gary Webb. Gary Webb, the investigative reporter Gary Webb, who you're referring to, he's the one who exposed the CIA and bringing drugs into the black communities. That's the one who shot himself twice in the head.
On a suicide.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're referring to. But yes, same concept.
Same concept.
But apparently now they settled with the DOJ, Department of Justice, Trump administration. So let me read this really quick. Boeing will pay over $1.1 billion, including.
God damn.
Wait.
$1.1 billion to who? Can I get some? Fuck.
Exactly, including $143 million fine and $444 million to the victims fund. And $455 million to enhance compliance. They will admit to conspiring to obstruct Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) by withholding critical information about maneuvering characteristic augmentation systems, which played a role in the crashes. This agreement allows Boeing to avoid criminal conviction, preserving their eligibility for government contracts. Very dangerous. Ooh. Very dangerous. You know how that goes.
They just said basically we're gonna find gang, but we're not putting them in jail. That's what I just heard.
That's how it always happens.
We gonna find y'all, but we not gonna put y'all in jail. Y'all just kill people, but you're not going to jail. Pay this $407 million.
That's how it always works.
Wow.
Pay a fine and let it listen.
A fine.
Listen,
Pay a fine.
It's
crazy.
only really for me and you. It's only really the justice system for me and you. Once you're at a certain level,
This is what I'm
all
saying.
you gotta do is pay money to make it go away. Pay money to make it go away. And I'm waiting on the corporate Ricos, bro. Where they at?
You know what
Where are the corporate Ricos at? Why is nobody going to prison for this?
No.
Why is nobody going to prison for
That
this?
is fucking me up. But you know what I was just thinking? It's a great thing you just said that, because you just said what I thought in my head. Like, who goes to jail though?
Nobody.
But I'm saying though, like, if okay, obviously they are guilty of whatever happened, which is why they had to settle or whatever. But if they were to go down the line of who didn't do their job correctly and hold them responsible for the deaths of all those people that died on them planes, everybody doing life.
They should.
It's gonna be hundreds of people doing lives, dozens of people doing life.
Dude, they should.
And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but it's like, damn, how do you ultimately find who's more
Who's more in the wrong? Who's more?
Well, because that's normally how it goes when it comes to, because that's murder. At that point, you're giving people murder cases. Now, to prove murder, you got to prove beyond reasonable doubt and all that good shit.
Oh, yeah, and
it's gonna be hard to prove that.
No,
but I don't think people should be able to just get away with the fact that, because what you just read was to me that they are very well aware they were being negligent, that they weren't doing everything correct.
Cutting corner,
and that resulted in
there's
death.
documentation,
and that resulted in death.
Yes.
And nobody's going to jail.
Nobody. Come on, it's a money game, bro. That's how it always works.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Money makes the problem goes away, and a lot of the times I
sell this nigga a batch of fucking fake perks, and he go serve the whole hood, and 2-3 people die. Me and him doing life forever. But I go skip one fucking screw on this airplane, the shit falls apart in the middle of the sky, 300 people die on JetBlue, and $1.1 billion will be all right.
Make problems go away.
Ain't that fucking crazy?
And yeah. Oh, absolutely. And
like that fucking crazy.
Yeah. There who's going out. Where are the corporate Ricos? Where are the corporate Ricos? Who is going to jail? And the dangerous part about it is, of course, Boeing gave money for Trump's campaign, obviously. So now the DOJ, Trump administration, are the ones pardoning him. And not only that, now they can still get grants from the government. That was a big thing in there. That is a big thing in there.
They still locked in, twin. We locked in, twin.
The corruption is in plain sight.
It's fucking crazy, son.
The corruption's in plain sight.
And all of a sudden, my boy Luigi don't seem too fucking foul, son.
But what did I
saying? All of a sudden,
you're not
trying to see where it's going. You're like, yo, these motherfuckers not gonna be held responsible for 400 people down on this fucking airplane. I'm gonna go handle this shit. I'll see y'all at McDonald's,
bro.
I'll see y'all at fucking McDonald's with the same fucking unibrow,
bro,
and this gun.
It's actually nobody ever goes to prison. They just money, and the thing is, a lot of these corporations, they write it off as a cost doing business. They know, a lot of corporations know that they're in the wrong. There's billions of dollars worth of employee fraud and stealing from employees.
Oh, trust me, we know.
Every year, which is whether it's workplace violations, overtime pay violations, billions of dollars every year. That goes unchecked, goes unnoticed. And for the future, let's say in 5 years, a company that gets caught with it. Okay, I'll pay this $50 million as the cost of doing business because I already made so-and-so the last 10 years based off doing all these violations. That's the cost of doing business.
Charge it
to the game. Cost of doing business. They're making so much money hand over fist doing all this legal stuff that if they do get caught, I'll just write a check to make it go away. Cost of doing business. A lot of them write that into their business.
Yeah, we got to clip this. This is a cool little clip.
Cost of doing business, man. It's a money game, bro. All the corruption at the top. Where are the corporate Ricos? There are no corporate Ricos. I want to start seeing corporate Ricos. They need to start coming from the top down. And the problem, a lot of times, like Wells Fargo, remember Wells Fargo got caught? Wells Fargo is one of the most corrupt. Over the years, they've been doing so much corruption. But not the case. Not the point. But what I'm saying is Wells Fargo got caught where they were opening up bank accounts from their customers. They were opening up their bank accounts for the customers to make it seem like they were opening up all these accounts in order to get more money, in order to look like their company's doing better, right? They were doing all this fraud real recently.
I love a little fraud.
Real recently, they were doing all this to make it seem like they were doing better.
Wells Fargo. Hey, I respect that shit.
But not only that,
I'm just saying,
when it came
you
out,
ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
When it came out, what they do? Of course, you blame middle management.
Hey, listen,
get rid of middle management. Blame it out. Oh, that wasn't middle management. It's okay. I'll write this check. Here you go. I'll make it go away. Cost of doing business. Cost of doing business.
Hey, Wells, listen. At least you ain't let a Boeing jet fucking plane fall out the sky. I'm tripping about that.
Yo.
Y'all did a little fraud. You do a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? A little Fed time. Y'all gonna be all right. Little summer camp, whatever. You're gonna be fine.
They're not doing no Fed time.
I respect that.
They're not doing no Fed time.
I know. But I'm just saying, hey, let's open up these bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I get it. Wells, I understand. You're wrong, but I understand.
Nah, but of course you blame middle management. It's never your fault. It's middle management's fault. I ain't
That's
do nothing
fucking
wrong.
crazy. I didn't know. I remember you mentioned that story.
And then they had.
I didn't realize how that went down.
And then some employees had quotas that they had to. Bro, it was from the top down. All the shit needs to be dismantled, and that's another reason why the type of capitalism we're in right now is more cronyism than free market capitalism. We don't.
You gonna have to tell me what the fuck cronyism is, gang?
Well,
cronyism. What's cronyism?
Well, it's exactly what you think about it.
Sounds like the ism of crone, and I don't know what that means.
Like a crony, you know what? Like a crony, like you know.
No, I don't.
Like
no idea.
Okay, well, it's basically corruption. It's where a small amount of people control everything, and they look out for each other. Cronies, like you're my crony type. Cronyism is part of. That's the type of capitalism that we're in now. It's not free market capitalism.
You learn something new every day.
Which they make it seem like we live in free market capitalism, but we haven't. We never have been.
No.
And the thing about free market capitalism is that they swear that we are in this country is that the big thing is the government has hands off. It's you let the market dictate how everything is. You let the people dictate the market.
Right.
The government has no say. So
right.
The stock market crashed in 07, right? Mm-hmm. Not the stock market, the housing market crashed in 07. Right? Because the banks over leveraged, right? They were giving out mortgages that people weren't qualifying for. They were making money hand over fist.
Right.
That's your fault for over leveraging. Then when they came back to the government, please bail us out. Oh my gosh, we're doing so bad. So many people are going to lose jobs. No, okay, that's what happens in a free market. Guess what happens? In a free market, what should happen is you over leverage yourself, you're out of business. So that big market share, now your small competitors end up getting bigger because there's so much market share now that you vacated because you were doing shitty business. That's what the free market is. Free market is let the market decide, but we don't live by that. It's cronyism. It's capitalism for the people. Socialism for the rich. That's the type of market we live in now. Okay, it's okay that your bank crashed because you were doing all types of you were violating all these regulations. We're gonna bail you out with the taxpayer dollars, which didn't go to their employees, which went to their the bonuses whatever that year. But we're gonna bail you out with the taxpayer. No, sure, no worries. The taxpayers got you. Oh, Elon Musk, taxpayers got you. Oh, all these private companies, taxpayers got you. Oh, private prisons, taxpayers got you. That's not what free market capitalism is at its core. It's what we live in now. It's socialism for the rich, where the people the middle class that pays most of the taxes fund the rich, while the rich extract money from everybody else. Just like how one of the biggest percentages of people that are on government assistance, which Trump just cut, by the way, a lot of SNAP and Social Security and Medicaid. But a large percentage of the people that are on government assistance are full-time employees. What does that tell you? Places like Walmart. Walmart's the biggest employer in the country. They're not paying their employees a working salary, which means that those people who are working a full-time at Walmart are getting government benefits. So the taxpayers are subsidizing the wages for the Walmart worker while Walmart makes billions of dollars a year. That's not the free market. We don't live in a free market. We never lived in a free market.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, think about it, bro.
I got to turn to Walmart.
I gotta
learn how to be Walmart.
They get that, and that's I have so many issues, but that's part of my issues is we don't even live by the type of government that they're shoving down our throats and they're preaching.
See, my whole life, I've always heard about, the tax money, the tax money, the tax money. Okay. So in an ideal society, what would you like to see that tax money go to?
Well, in an ideal, you're asking me my personal opinion.
Yeah, your personal opinion. Where do you think the money's gonna go? Because I always hear people complain about where the tax money going, where the tax money isn't going, all that stuff. But I never really hear like, where do you think it should go? I always hear, it should go into like free healthcare, or it should go into like
absolutely. I think that the school systems, it needs to go in the public school systems. I think it needs to go into healthcare. I think that people shouldn't, when you're going to the emergency room, you shouldn't have to think about paying the $2,500 for the ambulance. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And we spend most of our money on war because it's profitable,
right?
And subsidizing a lot of private companies. And those same people that own the private companies, they don't even pay taxes. That's another Emmy. All these tax breaks. That's another thing that Trump did with this new tax plan. Another tax cut for rich. another. So they don't even pay taxes. So it's a mirage. And I feel like that I'm okay with the system of capitalism, but it has to be, I think it should be regulated. I think if you want to look back into a point where it was really regulated, you would have to go back before like the 50s, 60s. Reagan, Ronald Reagan is the reason for everything, is ruined everything. But you have to go back before Reagan, right before Nixon, where there was a time in this country where the wealthy paid their fair share of taxes. That used to be a thing.
Right.
And you could see the aftermarket effect of that. And I spoke about before on this platform how when Ronald Reagan in Reaganomics did all the tax cuts for the wealthy, he legalized stock buybacks and everything. Now what you realize is you have this abundance of money you're supposed to have that you don't have anymore because you're not collecting it from this certain amount of group anymore.
Right.
So when you started borrowing money from Social Security in order to pay some stuff. So it's when you got to realize when you're expecting money that you don't have, now you're at a deficit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to overcome this deficit? I was going to tax you $500 million. I'm not doing it anymore. Now I'm at a $500 million deficit. How am I going to make up the difference?
Yeah, just fucked my head up. I never thought about the word Social Security in its actual like phonetic essence, like what it really means to secure the public, like to secure them. How? We got some money in this account right here. You've been paying taxes your whole life. When you turn 65 or whatever, here we gonna throw you some bread, right? That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Social Security.
As an American citizen, that's what we're entitled to.
Yes.
Once we're retired, they're gonna start kicking us some bread, supposedly.
Yeah,
right?
supposedly, but they've heavily regulated it, and yes, but technically, yeah.
Word.
That's Social Security. That's exactly what it is.
Social Security card. That's like a BJ's membership card you got when you were a kid, and they're like, "Yo, cash this in when you like 63 or something." You heard?
And
good luck.
And what they've been trying to do, they've been trying to raise the retirement age. They're trying to cut. Yeah, I'm saying cut.
They did, if I'm not mistaken.
Cut Social Security in general. So imagine you paying your whole life into something, and now it's your time to receive the benefits.
And they tell you,
I'm sorry.
3 more summers.
Sorry.
You might not be here. 3 more summers.
No, sorry. All the money that you saved, it's not here no more. So I think there's a lot of things that need to be changed, but the hypocrisy of living.
I gotta do some history on Social Security. Why have I never been intrigued that much? I never even really thought about it much. I just always just accepted it being something. It's like a little blue card in my wallet. It's about it. That's all I know about it. Never thought about it too much.
Yes. Yo.
But I have heard of like how you said Reagan used this money from Social Security to help pay for some stuff, and that was like a big deal. I never looked into that history. As much as I love history, there's just so much. It's so vast. It's hard for me. I'm so stuck on castles and shit.
Nah, but that's the thing. There's so many nuances of history. And bro, I went down so many different rabbit holes. And
then it's like each country is like it's intertwined with the other one, but they have its own thing going on.
Yeah, everyone has its own government.
Yes,
and you have. I try to pay attention attention. I'll be trying to pay attention to exactly what's going on around. I like to stay informed.
Professor and shit. You have to be like a
like I said, listen, listen. It's about education. You don't have to be a formal education to get educated. It doesn't have to be a formal education. You don't have to get a degree or diploma in order to get educated.
Yeah, Nas said that best. Nas dropped out in the 7th grade.
That's a fact.
And he's one of the most educated artists we know.
You don't have to get a formal education.
He read a book every single day after he dropped out.
Speaking of, I wanted to touch on, before we get out of here, I wanted to touch on, speaking of international and politics and stuff.
I think you're talking about Nas. I'm like, speaking about Nas.
The Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast.
Oh, I did see some Ivory Coast headlines.
So there were reports coming out that there was a coup in the Ivory Coast, and that the president was taken out of power. And I did my research on that, and I didn't see any validity in that.
Time out. Ivory Coast is a country?
Yeah. Côte d'Ivoire.
I thought I knew something.
Their flag kind of looks like Ireland's flag, actually.
The Ivory Coast is a country.
Yes.
Cool. I thought it was an area. All right.
Yes.
I don't know shit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take no advice from me, no information. I am misleading you. I don't know shit about shit.
So
I am this years old finding out the Ivory Coast is the actual country. I'm a piece of shit.
It's okay.
Where the fuck is the Ivory Coast at? Because to me, I thought that was in Africa.
It is.
Oh, okay. At least I knew that.
It's Africa. Yeah.
What part of Africa?
West,
East?
West.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I thought. South. Is it down south?
West. It's West Africa.
I know, but I'm saying, is that south? West?
No, West. It's like
that big part that goes that way.
Yeah, the big arm. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I spoke about the Ivory Coast before because the Ivory Coast right now has the person in power is an imperialistic puppet, and there was no coup. I couldn't find any actual hard evidence of there actually being a coup. I don't know where the rumor came from, but
coup d'état.
But there's been a lot of tension going on with the people and this current administration. It's also an election year, so that's another that also adds fuel to the fire. A lot of people want him rerunning again for election, and the Ivory Coast is the ones that France partnered with to get to overthrow Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. Well, former Burkina Faso leader Thomas Sankara assassinated him, and his right hand man set him up, and his right hand man ended up being in power for Burkina Faso. But when he was run out of office, now he's been taking refuge in the Ivory Coast ever since. So now he's currently in the Ivory Coast because he got exiled. And right now they're like I said, there's a lot of growing tension because everything that's been going on with the people and people are not having it anymore. People are not having it anymore. There's a lot of rising tension, but I couldn't find any solid evidence that there was actual coup d'etat, a successful coup d'etat. But it's an election year, and people are really starting to wake up. And it was also American politicians and soldiers were also meeting in Ivory Coast, talking about trying to take out Ibrahim. So
I feel like this whole shit is just like one consistent, like tense ass conversation of, do y'all want to get it or not? Like, do y'all want to fight? Because we can fight. Like it feels like that's what's happening every fucking waking minute of Trump's presidency. It's like, yo, what y'all trying to do? Because we trying to do that too. We could do that. We could go there. Like, I feel like that's the vibe in the White House right now. It's like, yo, y'all on that? Because we on that too. We could do that. Like, I'm just saying, if y'all want to fuck around, we can fuck around. All right? Meanwhile, Elon's still trying to get Starlink in South Africa. That's what the fucking feels like, son. Because it's like, I really feel like this World War shit is really around the corner. And I've been saying that shit for years. And I really am starting to feel like we've been already in it. It's already been happening.
It has been.
Since 2020, it's been happening.
It's been a proxy war. We've been in a proxy war this whole time.
Proxy war. Break that down.
A proxy war means I don't have to fight my battles. You're fighting it for me. I'm empowering you to fight. To where, you know, that's how it's been. We empower Israel in the Israel-Palestine conflict. We're not necessarily involved, boots on the ground in Israel and Palestine, but that's our proxy.
Yeah.
It's all positioning. It's all world positioning, world control. With Iran, the U.S. and Iran don't really want to go to war together, but Israel has been pushing for a war between us and Iran, and Iran is an ally of China and Russia. So you know how it is. It's all positioning. So it's sometimes a lot of the powers in the world, a lot of them don't even fight battles. They just use proxies in order to do so as far as positioning.
Hey man, I'm fucking paranoid. What I can tell you is, listen, I think it's gonna get real bad before it gets real good. And just brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Brace your fucking selves. I don't want to sound like I'm manifesting some bullshit, but it's already the writing's on the wall. Goddamn, all right.
The writing is on the wall,
and we will be here to report on it and tell you what the fuck's happening.
Exactly. Listen, we will be monitoring what's going on in the Ivory Coast. There's other news in Burkina Faso, but we'll get to that in another episode. Mali, Niger, all of them are really. There's a lot going on in that area of the world right now, and all eyes are on Africa right now because. What's going on in Africa could set up what's going to happen for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down
I feel
the
like
road.
that's how it's always been.
Yes. History repeats itself.
Shit.
History repeats itself.
In that case, World War III is on the way. And listen, I'm terrified. Fuck that. We'll be here next week. We appreciate everybody's been tuned in.
We appreciate everybody, tuning in. Shout out to y'all. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Happy MDW
and all that. Happy kickoff to the summertime. And
yes, sir. Oh yeah, the pools is open. Take your kids outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna be nature boy this summer. I'm gonna be all over this summer.
Listen, hopefully there's weather breaks, man, because this cold shit is
that's not it.
On other news, man, it's been episode 152, Free Gems Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Tell a friend to tap in. Go ahead. Make sure y'all share the live when y'all go live. Drop some comments. Tell us how much you fucking hate us. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We gone.
We out of here.